Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of Communication Engineering. Today's topic is AM generation and demodulation. In this video, I am going to discuss multiple choice questions based on the generation and demodulation of AM. Let us begin. First question is demodulation is. Read out all the options carefully. The options are detection, recovering information from modulating signal, both A and B, and none of the above. So demodulation is detection and recovering the information from modulating signal. It means the correct option is C. Second question, super heterodyne receivers. Options have been given. You must read it carefully. Super heterodyne receivers have better sensitivity, high sensitivity. They need extra circuitry for frequency conversion. Means here the correct option is D. Let us check. Yes, this is. Next question is AM demodulation techniques are. Recall what you have studied for the demodulation of AM. Means from AM to extract the original signals. So the demodulation techniques are square law demodulator and envelope detector. Means option both A and B. It means here the correct answer is D. Next is the process of recovering information signal from the received carrier is known as. This is nothing but the detection when you have to extract the information. So here answer must be A. Let us check. This is the correct one. Next question, question number 5. Here the type of signal transmission in which no power is wasted on the carrier is known as. Means where power is not wasted in the carrier. Whether it is amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, or sideband suppressed carrier signal or unsuppressed carrier. So the type of signal where power is not wasted in the carrier, that is the suppressed sideband carrier signal. See, you have studied that in an SSB or single sideband signal, carrier is suppressed along with one of the sideband, that may be upper sideband or lower sideband. So the resulting signal is known as the sideband suppressed carrier signal, and its benefit is that here no power is wasted on the carrier. So answer is C. Question number 6. What is used to generate a DSP signal? DSP is double sideband. So which particular thing is used? Options are balanced modulator, carrier suppressor, anti-modulator, and sideband suppressor. So balanced modulator, it is a special circuit which produces double sideband DSP signal, suppressed carrier signal, and it actually produces the sum or the difference of the carrier and modulating signal, but cancel one or balance out the carrier signal. So it means here the option is A. Next question, the function of multiplexing is. The function of multiplexing is actually to combining multiple data streams on a single channel. So read the options and you will get to know that the correct answer is B. Next is aliasing refers to what? See, aliasing is a problem, the thing which we have discussed in the case of the sampling, and here when you are going to read out all the options, you will get to know that when the sampling of signals is less than the Nyquist rate, then aliasing refers. It means here the option is, answer is A. Question number 9, modulation is required for. Whether the modulation is required for reducing noise while transmission, or multiplexing the signals, or reducing the antenna heights, reduction in the complexity of circuit. So here modulation is required for reducing noise, multiplexing, at the same time reduction in antenna height and reduction in the complexity of circuit. It means the correct answer is E. You must have studied this, these things while you have discussed about what is the need of modulation. Next question, the bandwidth required in SSPSC, SSPSC single sideband suppressed carrier signal, is you have to find out if FM is the modulating frequency. See, in the case of the amplitude modulation, we have discussed that the total bandwidth required, that is twice of FM. But in case of SSB-SC transmission, carrier and one of the sideband is suppressed, so the bandwidth remains as FM. It means the answer is D. Next question. For overmodulation, the value of modulation index is, so for overmodulation, the value of modulation index, it is greater than 1. When M is greater than 1, then there is a condition of overmodulation. It means here the answer is B. Question number 12. TRF receivers and super heterodyne receivers are used for. Options have been given: detection of modulating signal, removal of unwanted signals, both A and B, and none of the above. So TRF receivers and super heterodyne receivers, they are used to detect the modulating signal. This is the correct one. At the same time, they remove the unwanted signal also. It means here the answer is C. Correct one. Question number 13. The advantages of using an RF amplifiers. What are the advantages? Why to use RF amplifiers? Better sensitivity, improved signal to noise ratio, better selectivity, or all of the above. See, RF amplifiers are actually used in super heterodyne receivers, and the advantages of using RF receivers are they are having better sensitivity, improved gain to the signal, better signal to noise ratio, selectivity is better because they have better rejection to the adjacent signal. It means better selectivity, improved this, better sensitivity also. So the answer is D. Correct one. Next question. Examples of low level modulation are. Here the options are given as square law diode modulation, switching modulation, frequency discrimination method, and A and B. Last one. So in a low level amplitude modulation system, modulation is actually done at lower portion of carrier and modulating signal. It means the output power of the modulation is low. So power amplifiers are required there to boost the signal strength up to the desired power level. It means here both the options, square law modulation and switching modulation, means the correct option is D. Correct. Question number 15. Vestigial sideband signals are detected by. See, you have studied that vestigial sideband signals are clearly and feasibly detected by synchronous detection or coherent detection technique, because the distortion in vestigial sideband that may be reduced by reducing the modulation index or increasing the width of vestigial sideband. It means here the answer is B. Correct one. Question number 16. Phase shift method is. Options are includes two balance modulators, two phase shifting networks, avoids the use of filters, and all of the above. So phase shift method, that is one of the method which is used for the generation of SSB-SC signal, and this particular method includes two balance modulators, two phase shifting networks, and it avoids the use of filters. It means A and B and C. So both the balance modulators produces sideband at the output, means it phase shift method is including all of the above. D is the correct answer. Question number 17 is about limitations of frequency discrimination method are. What are the limitations? It cannot be used for video signals. Designing of bandpass filter is difficult. Both A and B, and none of the above. Limitations of frequency discrimination methods are actually the baseband signal. It must be appropriately related to the carrier signal frequency, and the designing of baseband filter is difficult. That is very difficult if the carrier frequency is higher than the bandwidth of the baseband signal. It means the system is not useful for the video communication purpose. So A and B, both fulfills the situation, means the answer is C. Correct one. Question number 18. Generation of SSB-SC signal is done by phase discrimination method, frequency discrimination method, product modulator, both A and B. SSB-SC, single sideband suppressed carrier signals, are the signals where only one of the sideband is transmitted in the AM wave and the carrier is also suppressed while transmitting the AM signal. And single sideband suppressed carrier signal, it can be generated by two methods, which are phase discriminator method and frequency discrimination method. It means the answer is D. Let us check the correct one. Question number 19. Pilot carrier is. Options are used in DSB-SC signal, a small carrier transmitted with modulated signal, used for synchronization with local carrier at the receiver, and all of the above. See, pilot carrier, it is a small carrier transmitted with modulated signal from the transmitter, right? And it is separated at the receiver and it is used to phase lock the locally generated carrier signal generated at the receiver. And it also provides synchronization at the receiver. As a weak carrier is transmitted with the DSB signal, double sideband signal. So it is also known as partially suppressed carrier system, as the carrier is not totally suppressed. So it is a case of over-modulation. It means here the options is pilot carrier is used in DSB-SC signal. Here a small carrier is transmitted, the suppressed carrier, not the total one, and it is used for the synchronization, means the answer is D. Correct one. Question number 20. In synchronous detection of AM signal, carrier is locally generated. It is passed through a low pass filter. The original signal is recovered, and all of the above. So in case of synchronous detection of AM signal, the carrier signal is locally generated, that's true. And then it is passed through a low pass filter. You just try to recall what you have studied, what you have drawn in the block diagram. And at the output of the low pass filter, the original modulating signal is recovered. It means the synchronous detection, it requires generation of carrier at the receiver also, and additional circuitry is required over there. So here also the answer is what? It is D, because carrier is locally generated, passed through the low pass filter, and original signal is recovered. And D is the correct answer also. Next question. Ring modulator is. It is used for DSB-SC generation. Yes, it is used for DSB-SC generation. It consists of 4 diodes connected in the form of ring. It is right. And it is a product modulator. It means the answer is D. All the above options are right. Perfect one. Question number 22. AM demodulation techniques are. AM demodulation techniques are square law demodulator and envelope detector, not the PLL. It means here the answer is A and B, which is the square law demodulator and envelope detector. So answer is D. Question number 23. Square law demodulators have non-linear current voltage characteristic. Right, this is correct one. Square law demodulators are used for amplitude modulations. Correct one. They are used for frequency modulation. No, it means the answer is A and B. Correct one, the D option. Question number 24. Disadvantage of using a DSB double sideband or a single sideband signal modulation. So disadvantage is difficulty to recover information at the receiver. This is correct. It is difficult. Carrier has to be locally generated at the receiver. This is correct. So next option is both A and B correct. A and B are correct. It means here the answer is C. Question number 25. Advantages of using VSB transmission is. VSB is vestigial sideband transmission. So vestigial sideband transmission means here higher bandwidth in comparison to the SSBSC, because in case of SSBSC the bandwidth requirement is FM, but here so it is advantageous. Less power required as compared to DSPSC. So it means both the options are correct. So answer is C. Yes, this is correct one. Question number 26. For low level modulation, amplifiers used is. See, when the modulation takes place, that is prior to the output element of the final stage of the amplifier, it is a low level modulation. Therefore, class A amplifiers are used for this particular purpose. It means you can easily pick the answer, which is A. Class A amplifier. Question number 27 is disadvantages of using synchronous detection of AM signal. So disadvantages: needs additional system for generation of carrier. Yes, it required. Needs additional system for synchronization of carrier. Yes, it is also required. Receiver is complex and costly. That is also correct. It means all these three points are the disadvantages. It means you have to pick the answer as D. All of the above. Correct one. Question number 28. Quadrature amplitude modulation, QAM, is. They have same bandwidth for the use of DSPSC signal. Yes. It is also known as bandwidth conservation scheme. Correct one. QAM is used in color television. Correct one. It means here also answer is D. All of the above. Next question. Automatic gain control, AGC. We have discussed in detail while studying the receiver section. So automatic gain control, it provides controlled signal amplitude at the output. Correct one. It adjusts to input to output gain at a suitable value. Perfectly alright. It is used in radio receiver. Correct one. It means here you have to pick the answer D. All of the above. Question number 30. Examples of low level modulations are. Options are square law diode modulation, switching modulation, frequency discrimination methods. Try to recall the low level modulation examples are square law diode modulation and switching modulation. It means both A and B are correct. Answer is D. Question number 31. The factors that determine the sensitivity of superheterodyne receivers are gain of IF amplifier, noise figure of receiver, gain of RF amplifier, and all of the above. The factors which determines the sensitivity of superheterodyne receivers, all of these three. Gain, noise figure. It means answer is D. Question number 32. Selectivity of a receiver. Selectivity is what? Changes with incoming signal frequency. Correct one. Selectivity is poor at higher frequency. Correct one. And it is the rejection of adjacent channel at the receiver. Correct one. A, B, C, all the correct. It means answer is D. All of the above. Next question is intermediate frequency IF should be carefully chosen. Options have been given as high IF results in poor selectivity. Correct one. High IF results in problem in tracking of signals. Correct one. Image frequency rejection becomes poor at low IF. Correct one. And all of the above. All the options are correct. It means answer is D. Question number 34. The functions of radio receivers are receive the incoming modulated carrier by the antenna. Yes, it does. Second, select the wanted signal and reject the unwanted signal and noise. Correct one. Third is the detection and amplification of the information signal from the carrier. So radio receiver performs all these three tasks. It means here the answer is D. Next question. Function of frequency mixer in super heterodyne receiver. So the function of frequency mixer in super heterodyne receiver is to multiply incoming signal and the locally generated carrier. It means here you can easily pick the answer, which is C. The main advantage of super heterodyne receiver is question number 36. So what is the advantage? Simple circuit, better tracking, improvement in selectivity and sensitivity, and better alignment. So the major advantage of super heterodyne receiver is improvement in selectivity and sensitivity. Answer is C. Next is, what is the instrument which is used to represent the frequency domain of the signal? Which particular instrument is used? So for the waveforms made up of signals with different frequencies, there is a wide range of sideband frequencies produced, and to fully understand the signal, a frequency domain display is used. It means here the answer is spectrum analyzer, because here the overall information, because this particular instrument is used to display the frequency domain information of signal, whereas amplitude information can be given on the oscilloscope. So answer is C. Question number 38 is, which of the following is an advantage of SSB single sideband over double sideband? No change in spectrum space, reduce in spectrum space, carrier is suppressed, and power is not wasted on the carrier. So the advantage is reduction in spectrum space. See, in a signal only sideband contains the information, and also there is a duplication of the information in each sideband. It means only one sideband is sufficient for the transmission if we compare both SSB and DSB. So it provides reduction in the spectrum space. So the answer is B. Next question. Where does selective fading occur? Options are attenuator, amplifier, atmosphere, and antenna. See, because AM signal, that is the combination of the waves of different frequencies, when it is passed through the atmosphere and they get affected by the ionosphere and upper atmosphere, which attenuates the signal below the frequency of 50 Hz. And if one sideband is above 50 Hz and other one is below 50 Hz, the atmosphere attenuates one sideband alone, and this is known as a selective fading. It means answer is C. Next question, question number 40. Disadvantages of using synchronous detection of AM signals are: needs additional system for generation of carrier. Correct one. Needs additional system for synchronization of carrier. Oh, perfectly okay. Receiver is complex and costly. It means all the three options are correct. So the final answer is D. Question number 41. The COSTAS receiver is used for. It is used for FM signal, DSB-SC signal, PCM signal, or DM signal. See, COSTAS receiver, it is a synchronous receiver system which is used for the demodulation of double sideband suppressed carrier signal. It means answer must be B, because here the incoming modulated carrier is applied at the two inputs of the coherent detector of the receiver, and locally generated carrier is applied to the two inputs in however in phase quadrature with each other, and the frequency of local carriers are adjusted. So it means it is used for double sideband suppressed carrier. So answer is B. Let us check. This is the correct one. Question number 42. The standard value of intermediate frequency IF in AM receiver. So the standard value is 455 kilohertz. You can quickly pick this answer, because intermediate frequency, it is a frequency at which received carrier frequency is shifted for the detection of the message signal. So here IF is generated and it is shifted for the further amplifiers and detectors, and in super heterodyne AM receivers an intermediate frequency of 455 kilohertz is used. A option is the correct answer. Question number 43. In the TV receivers, the device which is used for tuning the receiver to the incoming signal is, which particular device is used? You have studied that varactor diode have variable capacitance as a function of variable input voltage, and varactor diodes work in reverse bias. They are used for tuning the receivers according to the incoming signals. It means varactor diode is the correct answer over here, A. Correct one. Question number 44. Following is not the purpose of modulation. What is not the purpose of modulation? Multiplexing, effective radiation, narrowing banding, and increase in signal power. So increase in signal power is not the purpose of modulation. Yes, this is the correct one. Question number 45. A double sideband suppressed signal can be demodulated using, options are low pass filter, asynchronous detector, a phase shift discriminator, envelope detector. Here it cannot be demodulated using a low pass filter, means the answer is A. Yes, the correct one. Next question, a product modulator yields. Product modulator, the corresponding to this four options are full AM signal, DSP-SC signal, vestigial sideband signal, and SSB-SC signal. So product modulator yields double sideband suppressed carrier signals. Only carrier is suppressed, both the sidebands are present. It means you must mark B as a correct option. Question number 47 is the image channel rejection in the super heterodyne receiver, it comes from which stage? IF stage, RF stage, detector and RF, detector, RF and IF stage. Actually it comes from IF stage only. It means A is the correct answer. Last question is, the input to the coherent detector is double sideband suppressed carrier signal plus noise. So the noise at the detector output is what? That in phase component, quadrature component, zero, or the envelope. So here the noise at the detector output will be in phase component. Let us see whether A is the correct answer. Yes, this is the correct one. Thank you so much for watching the video.